So for the first time in days, it's actually not raining, so I'm out doing a little bit in my garden. I really wanted to show off my garden to somebody. Not having a lot of friends that live anywhere nearby, I thought I'd show it to the internet. I mean, it's probably going to look like my garden is full of weeds, and it is. That's because it is. It's honestly been raining here about every 12 hours for like the last 8 days. And as a result, I haven't been able to get out here to pull all these weeds out. But I wanted to show you a little bit. So this whole row here, these are actually all sunflowers. And they're big ones too. They're supposed to be, I think, 6 to 10 feet. Doing pretty well. We'll come back to that in a little bit. This right here, these two actually are both watermelons. And only in the last couple of days have they actually done anything. They just have been kind of sitting here, not growing. And I thought, well, whatever. You know, I'll let them go. We'll see what they do. I don't know. Maybe they had to put like a big root system down. I don't know, but this is at least twice the size it was a couple of days ago. So I got sunflowers, like I say, watermelons. That one isn't doing so hot. Oh well. Moving down, we got beans. No, these are peas. I take it back. Beans are the next one. These are peas. I don't know if this is the right way to make like a little frame for them. I wasn't even aware that you were supposed to make a frame until someone was like, "Oh yeah, you gotta make a frame for those." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I haphazardly used some stuff around the house to build this little thing. Got a couple of dowel rods, and we'll see what happens. They've got some buds on them, so eventually, hopefully, they'll start sprouting us some fruit. And I'm honestly not sure what these are going to look like. They were given to me by my mother, and I just don't know what they're going to be. These here are the beans, and they are huge. Honestly, the problem I was having with this garden was I usually only get about half yield out of the seeds that you plant. So you plant about, 20 seeds and you get 10 plants. And I swear to you, every single thing that I planted sprouted. These all sprouted from beans. Just little seeds. And they are huge. These have only been going for about 2 months now. Down here, this little guy is a little lonely habanero plant, as a matter of fact. He's getting all crowded out by both my giant beans and my giant tomato plant, which is this. I really like cherry tomatoes, and so I planted a couple of them, and they are huge. It's interesting. I think it's a Midwest thing, because nowhere have I ever been do they take more pride in tomatoes. They just don't. I mean, it's just a thing here that you talk about your tomato plants, you brag about your tomato plants, everything's about tomato plants. I mean, I was talking to my mother, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you gotta see my tomato plants. They are so big." I don't know. It must be a regional thing. That's the only thing I can figure. These here are is my lettuce. And man, again, I planted a pack of seeds thinking I would get, maybe half of them to sprout. And by God, all of them sprouted. I've got so much lettuce right now. Look at this. Look at this. It's huge. I'm trying to eat it. I am. I've been eating salads all week long, thinking, I'm going to eat this up, and it keeps growing. I can't keep in front of it. So, oh man. And at some point it's going to go to seed. People tell me if you don't eat it, it's going to get bitter. So I'm trying to pull out the ones that I've already chopped off and eaten, and I think I'm going to plant another row down by the watermelons, just so I have more for the rest of the summer, only being midway through June right now. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at how huge this is. It's amazing. I've never seen a tomato plant that big. There are two more. Down here we got these onions. I'm going to do this stuff individually because I don't want to rip them up. But onions are actually growing extremely well. Oops, I just kind of took a chunk out of one. The onions are growing really well. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. They came in these big bunches, and that's why they're all kind of together like this. Because I couldn't separate them. They had basically grown together. But they're looking pretty good. I actually put some more dirt on top of them because they were pushing up above the soil. So we'll hopefully I can start harvesting onions pretty soon. At least a couple of them. And you know what? I don't know what this stuff is. They grow in clusters. They are just, man, they are everywhere in here. I don't know what they are, and then can't get them to go away. They were all in here last year, because I only moved in last year. And I spent a lot of time trying to pull them all out and get rid of them. But, man, they're just persistent little buggers. But anyways, so this right here is a cayenne pepper. Like the habanero, it's small. So I don't know if that's just the way the plant's going to be. But, well, anyways. It's got a couple of flowers on it. Nothing really sprouting yet. So we'll just see what happens with it. So this one, and this one are all red sweet peppers. And I think I saw at least one of them had, yeah, they got a couple of flowers, and they're just starting. This one is a jalapeno. If you haven't noticed, I kind of like hot peppers. At the end of the summer, I'll be canning them if I don't eat them. Pickling them, actually. Really good on hot dogs. And then these are my other massive tomatoes. This one, a little less massive. Look at that. A little less massive than this one, but man, I mean, look at this. Got more tomatoes sprouting there. I'm gonna have tomatoes here and here and here. All these flowers are gonna be tomatoes. There's some tomatoes that are starting. Just look at it. Look at this. It has officially graduated from a plant to a bush. I've never seen tomatoes this big, or plants anyways. Well, I guess I've never seen a tomato that big either. And besides that, I've got a number of hanging pots up here. So 2 tomatoes, 3 sweet peppers, cayenne, jalapeno, onions, lettuce. This is oregano. That one up there is rosemary and a little bit of thyme that I thought was dead on arrival. Lettuce, tomato again. This one's spicy basil, habanero, if it goes anywhere, beans, peas. I got dill, the 2 watermelons, my sunflowers, and here's a little bit more thyme. But I think it's a pretty darn good garden. I'm really happy with it.